Mr. Yep called me on my telephone about a week and a half ago, and I thought, uh-oh, I'm in trouble again. He said that the senior class officers wanted to make a little bit of change in the way that the senior ceremony had been presented, and along with the speaker, who has traditionally been the senior class president, and Deaver will speak in a while, they wanted a representative from the faculty. And they asked if I would speak. And I am very honored and grateful that these four people asked me to represent the Ottawa High School faculty. And I'm proud to represent a very fine faculty. In searching for some thoughts to share with our honored graduates tonight, I just kept hearing echoes of Illinois, Illinois, Illinois. And I got thinking about our great state that we live in and the richness of Illinois. The richness of our farmland, even though much of it is flooded right now. The richness of our natural beauties and nature, our prairie, and our rivers, and our forests. And then I thought the richness of our literary, poetic heritage. And I got going in that line because I teach poetry, literature. Edgar Lee Masters, one of Illinois' best poets, jumped out at me with this great masterpiece in world literature, let alone American literature, Spoon River Anthology. And in this great work, page after page, poem after poem, different speakers speak from their graves, from a cemetery up on the hill overlooking Spoon River. And each one of the speakers tells the story of his or her life. And it's a very powerful work. And the poem that kept jumping out at me, I'm focusing on and sharing tonight because of the message of its sadness, its sorrow, and tragedy. It's George Gray speaking the story of his life from his grave. And it goes like this. I have studied many times the marble which was chiseled for me, a boat with a furled sail at rest in the harbor. In truth, it pictures not my destination, but my life. For love was offered to me, and I shrank from its disillusionment. Sorrow knocked at my door, but I was afraid. Ambition called to me, but I dreaded the chances. Yet all the while, I hungered for meaning in my life. And now I know that we must lift the sail and catch the winds of destiny wherever they drive the boat. To put meaning in one's life may end in madness, but life without meaning is the torture of restlessness and vague desire. It is a boat longing for the sea and yet afraid. Isn't that a sad story of a life? And I just want to ask the class of 1995 of Ottawa High School not to be George Gray with your life. And I don't think that there's too much problem with it, because you people in your 4 years here have not been afraid. You've gone out after it, challenge after challenge, in the classroom, on the stage, in the arena of athletics. You people have been top shelf. How do you put meaning in your life? Only you, each one of you graduates, can answer that for yourself. It's in your own choices. And I quote Shakespeare that Hunter and Sarah put in the last page of our passageway. To thine own self be true in the choices that you make. I find mine in my family and in my work teaching here at Ottawa High School and in my storytelling, in my friends, in my faith. You'll find it on your own. And I have utmost confidence that you're going to do a great job. You are a class of character, great character, and great characters. Believe me. And you've already made your mark in academics. I mean, we had so many National Honor Society members and finalists. JB and Megan, you're in the tops of the nation, and we had a whole lot more semifinalists with you. And all you people competing for valedictorian and class rank. You've done a great job in the classroom to prove yourselves academically. And in extracurricular activities, you've been phenomenal. We got a speech and drama team, and we won NCIC 3 years in a row, and a whole team down to state football playoff team. We have, put on great plays. Our band, our choir, great senior leadership in our choir and band. Our baseball team, 28-3. Our girls tennis, 4 years in a row down to state. You people are making your marks, and you've really achieved. We, as a faculty here at Ottawa High School, are going to miss you, seniors of 1995. We hate to see you go, but we're glad and proud to see you step out there with what you're carrying with you from Ottawa High School. Awful proud of you. With that sense of party, you stepping out and away from Ottawa High School, and most of us staying right here, getting another 4 years with another group. I turn to another poet, Langston Hughes, one of America's greatest poets and speakers for freedom in the civil rights movement. And I just jotted down a few lines that talk about student-teacher relationship, what's going on. When Langston Hughes was in college, he wrote a poem for his college English teacher. It was titled Theme for English B. I just took a few snatches from the poem, but he addresses his instructor and he says, "You are a part of me, as I am a part of you." That's America. Sometimes perhaps you don't want to be a part of me, nor do I often want to be a part of you. But we are. That's true. And then he says, as I learn from you, I guess you learn from me. And two things strike me there. First, that so many of you seniors, some in major ways and others just might not have had in class, but just to smile and say, "Hey, Myers, I'm walking into school at 7 o'clock in the morning." All those little connections have become a part of me from you. And I'm very grateful that you are carrying a little bit of me with you forever, as I carry you with me the rest of my life. And also the fact that teaching and learning is not a one-way street. It's not just a person up in front of a classroom with a degrees behind his name, her name, that imparts the knowledge. Langston Hughes said, "As I learn from you, I guess you learn from me." And I think that's what teaching in a classroom and learning is all about. We learn from each other. I have learned so much from you seniors that I'll treasure forever. Learned it learn a new sense of individualism, open-mindedness, and different levels of thinking on certain issues. I've learned a lot about friendship, love, and laughter. And I thank you for everything that you have taught me and the rest of my faculty. Now, I am more than a little bit Irish. And I am going to send you folks off with 2 short Irish blessings. The first, just about everyone in this building knows, is probably the most famous Irish blessing. I'm going to change it in just a small way. I'm going to make it plural because we are so diverse, and that is part of our richness. Last 1995, may the roads rise up to meet you all. May the winds be always at your backs. May the sun shine warm upon your faces. May the rains fall soft upon your lands. And until we meet again, may the good Lord hold us all in the palms of his hands. That's the first one. Now, this is my final thought. This is a different side to the Irish character, but I think a very important side. My brother John called me a couple months ago on the telephone and told me this Irish blessing that an old Irish priest had told him in a conversation on the telephone. I really liked it. It goes like this. May those who love us, love us. And for those who don't, may the good Lord turn their hearts. And if he cannot turn their hearts, let him turn their ankles so that we'll know them by their limping. Class of 1995, you stand for what you believe. You have for 4 years, sometimes painfully so, but you stand up and speak out and think freely, and you let us know who and what you are. People aren't going to always like you for that, but that's okay. But be able to recognize your enemies by their limping. Very important. Ladies and gentlemen, especially class of 1995, I thank you very much. I thank each and every one of you for you.
At this time, doesn't seem that it is our time to sit in this chair to graduate. Time has passed so quickly. Have we reached all our information and knowledge that is required in order for us to pass into life and form a diploma? I went over this thought in my head without some possible answers. I found them in a poem I wrote for Mr. Myers. I went in and asked him if I should use it, and he just smiled, so I figured I would take it as a yes. The poem is called Mom. Look what I learned in school today. I learned that we can learn more from failing than acing. Understanding is harder than memorizing. There's no succeeding unless you try. 2 plus 2 is 4. How to cram for a test. Make a good first impression may be the only thing a person remembers about you. There are no wrong answers to an opinion. You may have very little in common with your best friend. If you don't like the traffic, do not come to school at 7:30. Being seen with your parents isn't embarrassing. If you choose to fight, you'll probably get hurt. When you miss school, you usually miss a test. Not to laugh at those slow to learn. When choosing a date, don't always choose the best looking. Use your head, not your back. Clothes do not make the man, you do. To receive an education, the odds of becoming a pro are against you. People will like you better when you act yourself. We love our parents. So always go down swinging. Don't complain, it's the first step toward giving up. Introduce yourself. There's no better way for someone to become acquainted. In euchre, it is good to have the left and right bow in your hand. Everyone should babysit at least once in their life to get an idea of what your parents went through. Uncle Sam takes a lot of my money. We are all once that little freshman. The teachers are your friend. Beer is an acquired taste. The book is usually better than the movie. People change many times and in many ways. Everyone should own a truck. You never know when you need to haul something. Always carry Kleenex and never know when you need to sneeze. And smile lights up a room. Giving to a charity makes me feel good. We are not all perfect. And to always listen. And we also learn more than what is expected from us. Now, any one of these alone does not make us significant reason to graduate, because we all walked into kindergarten and the teacher, when you came in and sat down, said, 2 plus 2 is 4, and to spell and use A and D. So I figured I was able to graduate, so I walked up to the teacher and I asked for my diploma, and she laughed at me. So I went back to school for 12 more years. I took history and English and a bunch of other subjects that helped me learn. And 12 years later, I'm sitting in this chair, and I'm ready to graduate. But along the way, I learned many other things. As you know, there's 3 stages in going to school. There's elementary school, junior high, and high school. And they go to junior high because they do not have the mentality for a high school, and they are too advanced in education to be in elementary school. Well, I think that high school is a junior high school for life. We're too mature to be junior high, and yet not enough maturity to enter life. They do this quite well here at school. For example, when you take a test, they, instead of calling your parents and telling them that you didn't take it, they would take it upon your own responsibility. And if you don't come in, well, you get the F, and if you come in, you might get the A. And it really helps out a lot that you get to do this. You learn your maturity and responsibility. And it also decides our fate. And during this maturation and education, we learn about life's little secrets, like coming to school early and just carrying that Kleenex. Finally, when all the aspects of learning are combined, we are that adult that we wanted to be today. We put together a series of our own rules to put down to get to know everyone by. When all the knowledge has come out of school, a person functions better in society. And I think that's what we did through all our 12 years of school, and that's why we're all sitting here. Mr. Matt Smith.
Marissa Lynn Burke. Brian Dennis Gray. Ronald William Harden. Sarah Lynn K. Hine. Sean Kennedy. Richard Martin Marincic. Eric Michael Bevan. Jonathan Napier. Emily Jean Roy. Michael Shemansky. Vicky Jo Safransky. Tyler R. Minster. William Wilson.
Gail Wanger will be joined by Mr. John Myers, a previous homeroom teacher.
Aaron William Moore. Sarah Sue Breach. Jason Allen Whitaker. Brian Suzanne Steele. David Ryan Good. Erica Ann Martin. Stephen James Sears. Amy Dale Scott.
Before we wrap it up here, on the perfect attendance, we had left a student out. At this time, I would like to recognize for 4 years of perfect attendance, Karen Maher. Karen, please stand.
Missed another one.
Upon completion of our ceremony, friends and family are invited to join the grads on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present the Ottawa High School class of 1995.
Is it?